Sammy, could you tell me what this project is about?
So it's quite a long process of research. Basically, it's research around the presence of Congo in Belgium, in architecture, in art, but also in design. The idea was really to look at all this international warfare that happened from 1894 to 1958 in Europe. And during this warfare, there were also some pavilions that were made in relation to Congo as a colony, but also as resources for different practices for architecture, but also a resource for mineral resources and even woods that were used for the progress purpose in a way. But the thing that was really interesting with this pavilion, it was a way to present on one side how the colonies could improve the benefits of the Belgian state on one side, and on the other side it was also a way to raise capitals in order to kind of invest in the colonies, but also enrolling I would say civil engineers to go in Congo and work in a way. So I started to work on these pavilions because they were happening between 1894 to 1958. So basically, it's a kind of a space where different mediums and métiers could somehow meet together. So art, architecture, and design in a way. So I've been working with artists and architects in Brussels in order to kind of collect material. And
we've been working. Brussels?
I do live in Brussels. And we've been working with this museum called SIVA, which basically it's a documentation for modern architecture, where they do have also archives of all these architects who were working for these pavilions in a way.
And what is the result in today's society?
But the result is that you have these cities in Congo. On one side, you have this experimental agricultural center. You have also just the distractions of local societies and inclusion into these modern cities in a way. So it's kind of a result of all these propagandas that were happening during the colonial period in a way. So the question today is how to rethink the space, starting from local perspectives in a way, and how to deal with that heritage, a sort of heritage in a way. While in this exhibition particularly, I'm talking about the forest, the Congo forest, which actually is the second major forest in the world.
Wow.
And in terms of decarbonization, it's a space that is really important. But it's also crossed by the equatorial line, so it means that we have the same climate like in Indonesia and also in Amazonia in a way, but it's sites where there are extractions going on today in a way. So it's kind of interesting to question this climate crisis that we're going on through in a way, by also questioning the impact of colonialism, but the impact of human activities on the landscape and on the forests. And while, in terms of creating the tropical architecture, they had to learn a lot about the climate in a way. So it's kind of, the question is how, through the colonial period, the main topic was to control the climate, and that now we are in a climate crisis. So basically this is what the project speaks about.
But the movie is not judgmental. You are just kind of silent, showing images or words.
So the film, it's a combination of colonial footages, like propaganda footages that were done in this experimental agricultural center on one side, but it's also my own footage of the same space today, where I've been observing this choreography that is made by these Congolese people who are still sort of holding these ruined buildings in a way. So this choreography refers to what they've herited from the colonial period in a way. So, I mean, for me, it's really about this kind of questioning those two periods all together
But
in order to...
what's their relation to these relics of the colonial period?
Because it's still there, and that creates the structure, even though that it's ruined, but it's still a space where people live, you know. But at the same time, they are sort of like extracted from their indigenous way of living, but that is already long before, in a way. So for me, it's a kind of lost space, in a way, where people are acting as automats. So it's kind of interesting to rethink the way of living in that space. And what does it mean, knowing that with the climate crisis, it's one of the spaces that is kind of really important today, in a way.
Merci.
Merci.